Hey everybody, G4 Video 5 here, and this is a boar proxy guide in Spyro 3 that allows you to skip to the end of the level in Molten Crater, and it also allows you to skip into the Thieves area of Molten Crater without having to pay money bags for access. So, a recommendation would be if you're playing on an emulator to make a save state during the loading screen of Spyro going into Molten Crater, because the inputs that you're going to be making for this proxy must be input the first frame you have access to controlling Spyro within the level. And you can actually input these with one hand, so a bit of friskiness potentially with the free hand there, and honestly you'd probably just use your left hand to stabilize the controller while the right hand makes all the inputs. So at this loading screen, what you're going to want to do is not only make a save state if you're into that, but you're also going to want to hold down the charge button, so that way Spyro instantly charges the moment he's able to move within the level. Now, for this proxy, you're not going to want to touch the directional buttons or the analog stick before you get launched up into the air. You're just going to use the angle that the game gives you from the placement of Spyro at the very beginning of the level. So, from charging forward, we have a visual cue on the right side of the screen. We have this lava pool present, and once that lava pool goes off screen, that's when you're going to want to jump up into the air while still holding the charge button. So you're going to perform a charge jump, and you're going to want to perform a large one, which requires you to hold down the X button for a bit longer than just a normal tap. So once Spyro is up in the air from his charge jump, what you're going to want to do is begin gliding the moment Spyro is above the boar. And it's a bit difficult to tell because of the perspective, so it's going to take a bit of practice, but the plan here is to begin a glide and then charge and jump onto the top of the boar, so that way his animation launches you up into the air and you get a proxy from it. So it takes a bit of practice. You do not want to wait until you hit the peak of Spyro's charge jump. You want to begin gliding before that point. And to begin the glide, what you need to do is release the charge button and tap the X button. Now, the moment after beginning the glide, what you're going to want to do is charge into the boar and then jump while still holding the charge button, and this is a very fast input that is required. It's a square X type of thing, rather than pressing both of the buttons at the same exact time, so this will also take a bit of practice. Now, once you get launched up into the air from the proxy, that is when you can begin controlling Spyro using the directional buttons or the analog stick to get him moving into whatever direction you want him to go into, based off of whatever you happen to be doing within the level.